I want to show you today how we bought a property for $6,000 that was worth $75,000 that pays us $1,000 per month in rent. On today's Wholesaling Daily, we're going to talk about what does a home run look like for us and for you. So we thought we'd kind of dive into one of our favorite deals that we love to chat about. And we literally bought a business for $6,000, a funeral home and a limousine service, and it rents out for $1,000 per month, and we only paid $6,000 for it. I know it sounds too good to be true, sounds like BS, but I can assure you we have this property right now, and it's awesome. And we want to share with you today how we did it, how you can do similar things. My name's Dustin.
I'm Corey. Hello, Instagram.
We are the Modern REI Wholesaling Daily Show, going strong since 2019.
2019.
This has got to be, episode 30?
28. Close,
Episode
though.
28.
Close.
Getting close to the centennial.
Yeah, that's close, man. Super close.
We're going to get there. Instagram, thanks for joining us. Podcasters, thank you. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, as we have many great podcasts and TV series,
Yeah.
but web series on wholesaling and real estate coming at you 5 days a week, unless it's a holiday.
Which it was.
So let's talk about this. Real estate's interesting, right? Because there's so many different avenues, and on the Wholesaling Daily Show, we want to talk to you about different angles. Wholesaling, fixing and flipping, tax liens, tax deeds, and we don't really do much rental stuff, but maybe one day we'll get there. And we know that you're probably in the beginning stages of your real estate investing, and we're big proprietors. Is that right? Proprietor?
I don't know the context.
I can't remember how to say that word, but
Gefilte fish.
yeah, we're big fans of tax lien and deed investing, and the reason we like tax lien and deed investing, along with our wholesaling and fixing and flipping, is tax lien and deed investing is a really great avenue for home runs, and this deal here is definitely home run. Corey, I'm wondering if we can write a little bigger.
We can. I was just kind of. I don't want to take up too much space.
Space.
It's one of the guys who knows it says tax liens.
Tax deeds, yeah. Well, that should have been pre-production discussion.
Yeah, that's
but
okay.
As I watched, and this is a serious argument between him and
Yeah,
I.
it's tough.
As you can feel the tension in the room
Every
growing.
day, man.
He's like, how dare you criticize the text we have? But really, though, what's cool about liens and deeds is you can definitely get a lot of really great home runs. And you're going to have to work a little bit for it. But if you do your research and just be consistent with it and target the tax lien or tax deed sales that are within your state or surrounding states within, say, 1 day drive, you can really add an extra opportunity for some really great home run deals to add to your portfolio. And the reason that I'm saying within a 1 day drive is if you're going to fly somewhere, you need to make sure that there's ample properties, because if you have a tax deed list that has 40 properties on it a month away from the auction, that list is going to narrow down to probably 10 within the first week. Yeah. And then from there, the day of the auction, there could only be like 3 or 4 left. So if you're flying somewhere for that, then it's not worth it. But if you're just taking a couple days a month and bombing around to different counties, then you can definitely make it worth your time. Now, it's probably not going to be your primary mode of deals, but and the reason that is because tax lien and deed sales are, depending on the state, usually yearly, and in different, obviously each county has their own tax deed sale or tax lien sale, unless you're in places like Georgia, Texas, and where else?
Philadelphia.
Or
Pennsylvania. I guess.
Pennsylvania. And I think Florida has some too.
Florida,
Yeah. But everywhere else, it's generally going to be like once a year. Therefore, you don't have to, you're not always chasing things. If you're fortunate enough to live in Texas, that's awesome, because you have on the first Tuesday of every month all of the tax deed sales happening. And same with Georgia. I believe that is the first Tuesday of every single month. So home run deals are going to happen if you are consistent with this stuff. There's going to be a percentage of your deals at tax deed sales that you're going to scoop up for 10, 20 cents on the dollar. And then there's going to be some that maybe you want to pay 40, 50, 60% of market value on because it is a really great deal. And it's just going to vary. So for example, share with you on this one. So this is our home run feature of the day here is once again, we pulled a list for investing in Arkansas.
Yep.
And what city was that?
Oh, Helena.
Super small city.
Small city. How far from Little Rock?
Oh, is it like an hour, 2 hours maybe? Yeah, I forget exactly where it was, but it's so small. It's another city that's in a county of its own, or no, it's not its own county. It's like part of other counties. I forget what county it is, but anyway.
So we made the trip to Arkansas.
Yeah.
It's one of our favorite places. And speaking of subtle plugs, we're doing an auction trip there in April. If you want to join us, just type the word auction or give us a call, and we can show you how you can join us on that trip. But what we do the same thing every time. We pick a place like Arkansas, and then from there, we profile all of the dates of the tax deed sales that are coming up, and then we prioritize those. We use virtual assistants to take all the data, put it into spreadsheets so that we can sort it by opening bid versus what it's actually or assessed at by like Zillow or something like that. And then we look and see where the largest opportunity is. And then we strategize that way. So this just happened to be a funeral home, oddly enough, and a limousine service in one. And the guy's been in there, how many years you been in there?
Oh, like probably closer to 10, I think.
Yeah, he's been in there for at least 10 years.
Yeah.
And there was a different entity that owned it, and they didn't pay the taxes.
Yep.
And it went, and we bought it.
Yep.
And we bought it for $6,000. And it's worth at least $75,000. And this guy pays us $1,000 per month rent on our 6K. So what was the cap rate on that?
I don't know. It's
Pretty darn good.
Yeah.
So it's something that's one of our prized jewels. And actually, one of our clients who came through one of our training programs, he truly had one of the biggest home runs ever. Oh, yeah. And he bought a car wash and a convenience store. I think it was for like $6,000 or $7,000.
Yeah.
And like this sounds ridiculous, right? Yeah. But he put 140 into it, and it's now assessed at over $1 million. Yeah. So just absolutely ridiculous. This one tax deed deal allowed him to retire, have his wife quit her job, just from one really great deal. Now, he had been working at this sort of stuff for years, but that's the thing with tax deed and lien investing, is if you stick to it long enough, you will get these big home runs. And it can be a little discouraging at times if you're only doing tax deed sales, because you could go months sometimes or many different sales without actually getting a property. And one of the good examples is our friend Brad here. So he moved to Canada, and for the first year, I think he drove down every single month going to tax deed sales, and he didn't get anything for the first year. And then in the second year, he bought over $3 million worth of real estate for about $280,000, which is a little less than 10 cents on the dollar. So on the old Wholesaling Daily Show, we like to combine wholesaling, fixing, and flipping. We have a very strong history in tax liens and deeds, so we're going to share with you how you can add that as a tool to your investing, because there's a really great opportunity there, and if you're utilizing it, you can really add some nice home runs. So yeah.
I'll add to that a little bit. And like with the home run thing, I guess we can just chat about just kind of how to know if you're going to get a home run. But first off, not only with tax liens and deeds, but sometimes you can find some really quality wholesale home runs. Like if you find that one in whatever it is, 100, 150, that is like really low priced, and the seller just needs to get out, and then you can turn around and make a $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 wholesale fee on that thing, and it's a lower priced property, then that's a home run too. We had kind of a home run with one of our first few wholesale deals. It took us like 2.5, 3 months to get it closed because she was an elderly lady. She didn't have a cell phone, and then her cell phone died, and then we had to buy her a cell phone, and we had to send our ground guy there just probably 20, 30 times just to meet with her and to get everything packed up. And it was quite the effort. So it wasn't a home run in the sense that it was easy, but it was a really high valued wholesale deal for us that ended up working out well. So those wholesale deal home runs are out there too, but I mean, there's nothing like these things. But as far as like noticing a wholesale deal when you look at it, I mean, one thing I would say is you're probably going to get the highest chance of a home run in a smaller county where there's not as much competition. So like Arkansas with this Helena property, there wasn't that many people at the sale. I think there was like 2 other people who were bidding, going around to all the Arkansas sales bidding. So that greatly increased our chance of getting a home run. And also just the spread on it was so big. So when we were doing the list, it's assessed at, let's say, $60,000, but the opening bid was only like 3. So keeping that like spread in mind for a home run, like if it's assessed at $100,000, the opening bid is $60,000, it's probably not going to be a home run. That doesn't mean you shouldn't go for it if it's a good deal, but keeping that in mind when looking for home runs, it can often that spread in cost to value is wide, if that makes sense. Anything else you can think of for?
One of the things that I just always bring up is if you're consistent with this, it's not a matter of if you're going to get a home run, it's just a matter of when they're going to pop. It could be at your first sale, or it could be 2 or 3 years in. So we're actually got a question coming in here on Instagram. What do you guys do? We're the Wholesale Daily Show. Talk about fixing and flipping, tax liens and deeds, virtual real estate, all that sort of good stuff.
Yeah. Well, what about investing from Canada? That was a question from yesterday.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
So for Canadians, it's not that difficult. You just drive down, tell them you're going to a tax deed sale. All you need is your driver's license to register for the auction. And while you're down there, you might as well open a bank account.
Yeah,
and
that's important. Yeah.
That way you have a place to deposit the check. And really, that's the simplest thing to get going out of the gate. It's not that. Don't overthink it. Pull the list and go. And same for anybody in your own state or province.
Yeah. And I would just add, if you're going down, just say you're going to look at real estate. Sometimes they're pretty chill about it, but sometimes if you get a guy that's angry at the border, he'll kind of give you a bit of a hassle. As long as you don't say you're working in the United States, like as Canadians, we're allowed to buy property down there, no problem. So just say you're going to look at real estate, you might buy something. But if you carry more than $10,000 cash on you, then you can you'll need to claim that. So that gets a little sketchy. So I would say go down once first, cross the border, don't bring huge amounts of cash, and then open a bank account, and then you can wire your money across if you're going to a sale. So that would be something that we've learned.
Yeah, it's a good tip. Good tip there. And for the folks listening on the podcast, thank you for tuning in. For the YouTubers and Instagrammers and Facebook Live people, we want to answer your questions. So type a question. Any question you have about real estate, we'll answer it. And as soon as you type a question, you'll be entered to win wonderful, cool new t-shirt that we got made up. The tag is on there. But these things are nice. Corey's wearing one right now.
Love it.
Very soft linen, make you feel like you're on your A game every single day. And just type a question, and that will enter you into a draw. We'll give a couple away here as we're going throughout. Thanks again, podcasters. Leave us a review if you're inclined to do so. YouTube, make sure to hit that subscribe and like button so you can catch these wonderful daily experiences. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in.